Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Orby3 and WO bringing you another Call of Duty gameplay, and this time we are going to talk about one of my favorite nights that I've had in a long time. It was watching WrestleMania 28 with one of my best friends. I'm going to talk to you kind of about the whole show and give you kind of a review, so there will be spoilers. I am going to talk about who won matches and things that happened, so if you haven't seen it yet, if you have it recorded or something, just hit like and leave. No, but you may want to not watch this if you still don't know who won and everything. So, anyways, I missed a lot of the dark matches because we had a problem with the with pay-per-view and it just didn't work. I had to get it online. So the first match that I saw was the first true match of WrestleMania. That was Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship. Squash matches have a place in wrestling, and I get it. I hated to see that be a squash match because I was really looking forward to seeing those two guys wrestle. But it was like I think 18 seconds. I think they said it was the new record for Mania Championship title switch. So you know, at least the guys got their time on the big stage. But I would have liked to have seen an actual match between those. I was a little let down because of that. But that was one of the very few lowlights I thought of the night. The next match was Kane versus Randy Orton, and that's not really a match that you look at and say, wow, this thing is going to be just blow my mind. This is going to be wrestled so well. But it's kind of a weird juxtaposition of wrestlers, Orton versus Kane. But it was actually a really good match. And what was so weird about it is you kept expecting, or at least I did, I kept expecting this big swing where Orton would swoop in at the end and win because Kane had just kind of dominated the whole time. Orton really never landed one of his big moves, so it was kind of refreshing to see that it didn't just you know, go along like most wrestling matches do. That was really cool. Kane kind of dominated the whole time and won. One thing to say about the entire night, me and my best friend have watched wrestling our entire lives pretty much. We can usually tell, you know, oh, this guy's probably going to win, that guy's probably going to win, whatever. We had no clue. On any one of these matches, we had pretty much zero idea who was going to win, and I think that's a great testament to how good a wrestling show is if you don't know who's going to win, it's pretty good. So anyways, the next match was the Intercontinental Championship between Big Show and Cody Rhodes. My friend Braylon was really disappointed that Cody Rhodes lost this. I didn't have a big rooting interest on either one of these guys, but when you see the way that it affected Big Show, I'm pretty sure he has never won at Mania, at least not in a singles match. The guy was bawling his eyes out. He was crying really hard at the end when he won. That was really cool to see. These guys, this isn't fake to those guys. This is real stuff, and it was really cool to see how you know, into it he was. The Divas match, there's not a lot you can say. I do want to say that Maria Menounos did a great job, I think. I hate when they have celebrities in wrestling matches. She had cracked ribs, and she still did a pretty decent job. I mean, that's not... You know, maybe a WWE diva or other wrestler would wrestle through that stuff. She is just an entertainer. She's a celebrity. She had a lot to lose by staying in that match, and that was really cool. The next match, one of the greatest matches I have ever seen in my entire life, and I'm going to say that probably 2 more times. It was the end of an era Hell in a Cell match. Taker versus Triple H, with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. If you guys don't know the backstory, Taker's never lost at Mania. He was 19-0 coming into it, and Triple H, obviously, he's, you know, the game. I was out of my seat screaming for most of this match. It was crazy. At one point, Triple H hits Taker like 20 times with the chair, just as hard as you can. And you can see the rest of the match, Taker's, I think it was his left shoulder, is just almost black, and it's raised up and all it was so, like, it was ridiculous. Taker at one point gets hit with a super kick into a pedigree and kicks out, and I'm freaking out. I'm going nuts, screaming, running around the room. I don't know what's going on. Like, how do you kick out of that? You can't. Like, you can't kick out of that. And it gets to the very end, and Triple H is just, I mean, he can't even move, and he tries to hit him with the sledgehammer, and he can't, and he gives him the suck it chop so he'll end it, and it was just everything about that match. That is wrestling at its absolute greatest, I think. Reminded me a lot of the old school, you know, Attitude Era wrestling matches. Just really, really good. They did a great job on that match. The 12-man tag match, Team Johnny, Team Teddy, Team Johnny won. I hate big tag matches like that because it usually just turns into a cluster. But they had some really good spots in it. I thought it was pretty cool. A lot of the things, you know, it definitely could have been a lot worse. I thought it was a decent match and a good breakup in between other matches. The next one is a super big love-hate match for me. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the belt. That was, those are two of my absolute favorite people of all time. Chris Jericho is probably, I don't know where I rank all my wrestlers. Jericho is at least in my top 3 as far as favorites. Maybe not best, but favorites. Just because he's such a great wrestler, one of the greatest of all time, and such a great character. He's always been one of my favorite people. And CM Punk's one of my heroes in real life, just because of, you know, the way he lives his life and all of that. I think it's really awesome. So I didn't want either one of these guys to lose. It was an unbelievable match, very good. Jericho did a lot of great spots. The lion salt, when he caught him off, when CM Punk catches him in the middle of a lion salt, that was it was great. And it was awesome to see. I thought one of the coolest parts is when Jericho put CM Punk into the. He does the Walls of Jericho anyways, but he put him actually into the old school lion tamer on his neck and was just cranking into it. And I mean, it looked like he was going to snap his neck in half. That was so cool. He hit the moonsault on him, and it was an electric match, very awesome match. Ended with CM Punk putting Jericho in the Anaconda Vice, and Jericho actually tapped. And I hate to see that, but I think it's cool because it's just. Anytime they have a guy tap to another guy, it's because they're really trying to push the winner there. And I think it's really awesome that Jericho agreed to do that, or, you know, went and did that and everything. That was really awesome. You could see at the very, very end, they're both laying on the ground. You could see Jericho tap CM Punk on the head. And he's telling him, you know, that's a good match. That's a good match. So that was really awesome to see. I'm going to run out of time here, so I'm probably just going to scrap in some extra just footage at the end of this. Hope that's okay with you guys, that you don't really mind if I put a whole other deal in, but we got a few other things to talk about. That CM Punk and Jericho match was really awesome. It's probably not going to go down as one of the absolute greatest matches of all time. It's definitely one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Probably not the same type of stuff that you'd say, you know, like a Foley Taker Hell in a Cell match. It doesn't get into the stuff like that, but as far as just how it was wrestled, reminded me a lot of Jericho Michaels back when Shawn Michaels first came back from his back injury. That was really awesome match. So one of my favorites. I hated to see Jericho lose because I like him so much, but just everything about the whole thing was really cool. The way it went, the way it ended. It's cool to see him kind of pass the torch to Punk. I think that's sort of what they were doing with that. The main event was basically pretty much the whole reason that anybody got this pay-per-view, I believe. It was, you guys know what it was. It was The Rock versus John Cena. And I was a little upset the way they did the intros. They had Cena come out, and then Flo Rida did a couple songs, and then The Rock came out, and Flo Rida's out in the middle of the way while The Rock's walking down. I didn't like that, but that's all right. That's just kind of how it goes. The crowd the entire night was unbelievable. And if you watch a lot of shows, a lot of Raw or SmackDown, the crowd's not always into it. Now, this is Mania, so they're going to be loud. But this was outdoors. Not a dome. This was an open football stadium, and it was as loud as I've ever heard a crowd. Loudest I've heard a crowd since Hogan Rock at WrestleMania a few years ago. I am one of those people that I never liked John Cena. Never did. I didn't like, the way that he got pushed, basically just because kids love him. But you can't hate that guy. You really can't. And you can't even dislike him very much. He's such a good guy. And all he wants to do is make you love him and all that. So I wanted The Rock to win. The Rock, if Chris Jericho is not my favorite wrestler, The Rock is. And it was just, I didn't know, because I was dead sure that The Rock was gonna lose, that they were gonna push John Cena, and this was gonna be it. It was gonna be his moment. And this was seriously one of the most electrifying matches, to steal a word from The Rock, that I've ever seen. And it was one of the best matches I've ever seen John Cena do. He's not a horrible wrestler. He's limited a little bit. He doesn't have a whole, crazy amount of moves, which is okay. The Rock doesn't either. The thing that is different about The Rock is that he sells those little moves. The Rock's arm drags are better than some people's finishers. The Rock's DDT makes it look like he just murdered that guy in the middle of the ring. And I think when John Cena kind of really gets that around and starts selling that stuff a little more, he can be up there. He's already unbelievable. So many things happened in this match. It was swing after swing. It reminded me a lot of Rock Hogan. The crowd was just like it always is. It's let's go Cena. Cena sucks, and all over the place. These two guys, you could tell how unbelievably excited they were. And they were getting into it with the crowd and just everything. It was amazing. I can't even really put it into words how great I thought this match was. And that's saying a lot, considering how I feel about Cena. But it was pretty much everything you could ask for. Cena got his moves off a lot. I think he hit Rock with the AA twice. I'm pretty sure. One of the greatest spots in the whole match is The Rock was coming off the top rope. Cena catches him, and The Rock's so heavy he drops to his knees. Cena stands up from his knees, throws The Rock on his back, and hits him with the AA, and that was awesome. The Rock hits him with the people's elbow. He kicks out. Cena goes to do the people's elbow on The Rock, and The Rock stands up, rock bottom to finish it. It was insane. I was going nuts. I was more excited about this than I was even in the Hell in a Cell match. Unbelievable night. One of the greatest WrestleManias I have seen. I loved it. I don't know if you guys saw it or what you think about it, but I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I hope you guys liked it if you saw it. I hope you guys liked what I said about it if you didn't see it. Anyways, let me know if you did watch it, or if you're watching it now, or if you're just going to watch Raw tonight. Let me know what you think. Let me know about who you thought should have won. Golly. If you even care, whatever. Just let me know, and I will catch you guys next time.